T.J. Watt, and they've shown that.
3 tight end look for New York. Jones intercepted, threw it into traffic, and it's
Watt trying to dance out of trouble, can't, and the ball is loose. Near side of the field, picked up by the Steelers. Inside, across the 40.
2nd and 10 from the 15-yard line. Wentz picked off by Steven Nelson. You just mentioned the interceptions, Jonathan. That's the 8th of the season thrown by Carson Wentz, more than all of last year when he started all 16 games and was picked off only 7 times. Wentz on 4th down, fires downfield, and this will be picked off. 2 Steelers are there. Nelson had the interception earlier.
I think that'll calm him down. Take the hit, you feel okay, step back up and do it again.
Out of the gun on 3rd down, he's intercepted! And there's an open field straight ahead for the run back and the touchdown.
But 3rd down, Pittsburgh has not been that great, this season, and they're dominating Cleveland.
Here comes Watt. Mayfield able to sidestep him and throws it. Intercepted. Intercepted at midfield. Been a great 3rd down defense the last 2 weeks. The Steelers, and they've got an interception and a run back all the way home. It's Spillane with the touchdown on the pick 6.
Because now all of a sudden you got Bugs going against Skura, and I think that you can run inside now for Baltimore.
2nd and 6. Jackson has the ball knocked out of his hands. Still down. Fight for it at the 3, and I think the Steelers have it.
That's why they don't blow the whistle. They're not sure, right? But it's got a chance to be a fumble.
Justice Hill is in the game for the first time as Jackson is intercepted. My goodness. Intercepted by Highsmith.
Multiple scores on the road late in the game. They could do it, but it's very difficult.
They hit him when he throws it, and he's intercepted. Who else? Minka Fitzpatrick tackled down by Cooper.
This drive,
Right there. 2nd and 9. Newton popped up in the air. Intercepted, picked off. It's Minka Fitzpatrick. Wrestled down. Marone added, this will be our greatest challenge. No disrespect to any other team, but Pittsburgh is the real deal. Newton intercepted. Terrell Edmonds with the pick for Pittsburgh. 7 penalties costing them 90 yards today. Luton deep drop, steps up, uncorks the deep ball. It's intercepted for Edmonds. He's got his 2nd of the day.
Earlier before the game, so we see this play.
Luton lays it out there, and another interception. It's Minka Fitzpatrick. He's got his 2nd of the day.
The unanimous MVP of the league a year ago. 3rd and 4. Griffin throws an interception. That was an easy one to take back for the touchdown, Joe Hayden.
It helped a lot. He was pretty good in the 2nd half in that last one.
2nd down, Allen firing left side, ball hangs in the air, and it's intercepted. 80.
Now here's Rivers. Watch behind him. The ball is on the ground. Picked up by the Steelers. Hilton. Tackled by Taylor.
Always better than what people think.
Now it's 3rd and 13. Allen steps up. Allen hit from behind. T.J. Watt, the ball is free. Loose football. Steelers believe they got it.
Recovered by the defense.
And it is Matt Hawk on to kick it. Pressure. Hawk has it blocked. It's scooped up and a score. Touchdown. Ulysses Gilbert III. Big play for the Steelers.
Good time. Good pocket. High throw. Oh, it's picked off on the ricochet. Terrell Edmonds has got it.
Weaving his way, another interception thrown by Burrow. 3 last week, 1 in the first quarter in Pittsburgh.
Oh, coming down to this, Bridgewater. Intercepted. James Pierre picked it, and Pittsburgh is going to win it.
Maybe the last time your offense sees the ball. Geno Smith will drop deep. He'll pump. He'll take it. Lost the football. Knocked out by one. Recovered by Devin Bush, who circles the right way. He almost lost the ball, but he's got it at the 16. And the Smith fumble forced by the defensive star, T.J. Watt.
2nd and 11. Again out of the gun. Fields has the pass batted down and intercepted. It's more than just batted down. It's Cam Hayward. Already leads the NFL in batted down passes.
A decade and a half. 2nd and 10.
Look out.
And that is batted and up in the air, and it winds up in the hands of Cam Sutton. Cam Hayward batted it in the air. Cam to Cam.
Burrow, Spain the blocking downfield. He goes. Intercepted at the 5. That is Minkah Fitzpatrick, the all-pro safety. He's one of the best, and he's got an entourage, and Boyd will bring him down at the 22. Fitzpatrick will stop him in his tracks. 19-yard return.
Thursday, February 10th. To learn about all of this year's nominees, visit. Here's an interception off the hands of Jefferson and into the arms of Witherspoon. Visit NFL.com/Man of the Year, and maybe the Steelers can climb back into this game as they get their first takeaway.
And he says, no, we're going with the same group. And, man, they've come out. They've done a nice job.
Cousins' pass is picked. Intercepted by Witherspoon. And he just ran out of gas at the 20.
Ball tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Schobert. And Tannehill helps take him down at the 30-yard line. It was deflected by Taco Charlton.
He occupies blockers inside to give Watt more one-on-one opportunities on the edge.
Huntley. Rainbow. Nearly intercepted. That was not clean from Edmonds. He had it. It was on the ground. He scooped it back up. And now the officials will have to take a look. Start of the 4th quarter. From the pistol. Huntley to throw. Fires! Intercepted! Stepping in front. Cameron Sutton for the Steelers. Derek saving the touchdown from the 23. Now Mahomes on the run. And it's going to be picked off. Deflected and picked off. And back to the 30-yard line goes Devin Bush. Week 1 victory for Pittsburgh. Surprised everybody walking into Orchard Park and getting the win. Burrow fires. Intercepted. Picked off at a pick 6. Minkah Fitzpatrick is an absolute ball hawk. This drive continues for Cincinnati out near the 45. Burrow, deep drop. Burrow hit as he throws. Popped up in the air and intercepted. Lyle Collins came over from Dallas. 3-year, $21 million deal. They added Kappa, Karras, Volson. And it's Watt again. T.J. Watt on the turnover. Blitzburgh is back. Rat-a-tat-tat.
Jamar Chase has a one-on-one up here if he stays to the wide side of the field.
Burrow, step, fire, bubble, intercepted. Witherspoon. 5th turnover of the day. Trying to complete the route. McPherson, it's blocked. What a turn of events. Minkah Fitzpatrick. A slow snap and the whole operation took too long. Jones, step, throw, floats it, intercepted by Fitzpatrick. Minkah had the big return last week. He was AFC Defensive Player of the Week, and he's got a pick here in week 2.
To get it a little bit closer, to get 3 points is a positive play here.
Wilson throwing, man coming across the field, and he's intercepted at the 5-yard line. This is Cameron Sutton. Sutton bringing it back across the 25 and out of bounds at about the 30. With time. Tipped and intercepted. Coming up the sideline. Fitzpatrick. Touchdown.
As Tua remains out, now they're down to the 13 quarterback. 1st and 10. Josh fires. Intercepted in the end zone by Wallace.
Wow.
Dalton stays in the pocket, looks for Landry, off his hands and picked off. It's taken away by DeMonte Casey in his Steelers debut. Dalton takes a deep shot, looking for White, and it's taken away. Picked off by Levi Wallace.
Burrow.
Oh, did
TJ Watt, did he pick that? Oh my goodness, what a job by TJ Watt.
This is going to be one of the best interceptions, Greg, that you'll ever see. Easy.
Ryan steps through and finds a pick. Intercepted by James Pierre. Michael Pittman was backing out of there, and it was Pierre who had the football.
The Falcons trying to get in field goal range with no timeouts. Mariota throwing, intercepted! Fitzpatrick! And he'll just go out of bounds! And that is such a smart play by Minkah Fitzpatrick. We know what happened week 2. Jets, Browns, Nick Chubb scored. Fitzpatrick knew the situation exactly and went out of bounds.
Hard, quick pass. Renfro off his hands, and it's intercepted again. Picked off by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And the Steelers get Carr one more time. Terrible towels waving everywhere from the 29. 36 seconds to go. Vegas has all their timeouts. Carr steps up over the middle. He's got Renfro, but he overshoots it. And it's intercepted by Sutton. Oh, boy. Number 20, Cortland Cameron Sutton with the big pick.
They don't have a timeout to get set for Tucker. From the 38, Watt tries to rush inside. Huntley comes outside, throws across his body. It is intercepted by Fitzpatrick, and the Steelers stay alive. Remarkable.
You know, he's looking at Deshaun Watson's eyes, looking to try and steal something.
Watson over the middle, intercepted. DeMonte Casey with the pick, and great field position for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Brock Purdy really sharp today. Pressure from behind and sacked. The ball came out. It was Watt that got there again. And he's got the ball.
Neal showing blitz. Here he comes. Pressure ball out. Picked up. Watt. Touchdown Steelers.
Collapses around him and he throws an interception. Levi Wallace cut in front of it, and comes up with the turnover.
Breaking down that play.
Pass here. Garoppolo's got time. Only 2 receivers downfield. Throws it up for grabs, and it's intercepted. Patrick Peterson comes up with the pick. What will Garoppolo do? Deep down the field and put it up for grabs. Adams gets some yards. It is intercepted. Wallace gets the 2 feet down. He's got another pick. And the Steelers are going to come away with the victory.
Shotgun. Jackson. Up high. Intercepted. Picked off by Joey Porter Jr. The rookie comes away with it. The Ravens trailing 14-10. First down. Jackson. Ball is out. Sitting there. Scooped up by the Steelers. T.J. Watt. Highsmith knocks it free.
So out of the empty set on first down. Stafford is picked off. It's T.J. Watt. And he's down to the 6-yard line.
Fake it. Lawrence will throw. Picked off. Intercepted by Casey. Took it out of the end zone, which was not a wise decision, but the Steelers come away with another turnover.
Levis steps up, fires, and it's picked off. Quan Alexander cements it.
Second and 9. Love lets it fly. End zone. Off the deflection, it's intercepted. Picked off by Keanu Neal. And the Steelers come up huge once again defensively.
Look at him guarding the goal line, and then you better block 90 and 56.
One last chance for the Packers. Love throws, end zone, intercepted, and it's over. Casey, it's done. And they're moving out of field goal range on these last 2 plays. Shotgun. Thompson Robinson, get rid of it quickly. Popped up in the air. Intercepted. Picked off by Sullivan.
Now, after having gone to school and learned better how to throw it.
3rd and 6. Browning. Picked off. Thompson steps in front for the INT.
Be an interesting offseason, obviously, with New England and everything that's in front of them.
Zappi. Broken up. Intercepted. Fitzpatrick was in the middle of it, and meanwhile that is Walker. Michael Walker with the interception.
Browning leaving the pocket on the run. Browning gets rid of it and picked off. Major mistake. It's the veteran Patrick Peterson with the takeaway. He is 1 touchdown away from becoming the 6th Bengal in history with 60 in his career. Play action pass. Browning going to feel it from Highsmith. Just gets rid of it in time. Throws his 2nd interception. Picked off by Eric Rowe. Right off the practice squad. Down the sideline and out of bounds. They let Browning let it loose a bit. 2nd and 19. Deep drop for Browning. Steps up in the pocket. Fires. Dangerous. It's intercepted. Alex Highsmith takes it away. 3rd of the day for Browning. And the Steelers clicking on all cylinders down the stretch.
Start from the 25. Smith in trouble. Down he goes, and the ball comes loose. Steelers have recovered.
To try to attack downfield with the passing game.
Back-to-back passes on this drive. Cousins scans over the middle and picked off. It is Deshaun Elliott in his Pittsburgh debut coming up with the interception.
Nice first down call when everyone in the building's thinking it's a pass.
From the Steeler 47. Cousins from a collapsing pocket throws an interception. Dante Jackson in his Steelers debut inside the 20. He dropped an interception in the first half. If given the choice, he'd say, I'd probably take this one. In the fourth quarter, returns it 48 yards.
Yeah, it's a combination.
This was one of the worst red zone offenses last season for Denver. On 2nd and goal, Nix protected to the back of the end zone. Picked off. Intercepted. And it's Trice. Nix over the middle, and it's picked off. DeMonte Casey turns out the lights as the Steelers come to Denver and win it 13-6. That's your final here in Denver. As
3rd and 6. Dak. Watt chasing. Coming in. Ball out. Herbig jumps on it. And the Steelers have forced the turnover. Dallas trying to improve to 3-2. Stay within a game of the Commanders, who lead the East at 4-1. Prescott protected. Deep ball downfield. Intercepted. 3rd turnover of the night. Joey Porter Jr. trying to pick up blocks. He'll go down at the 35-yard line. Prescott picked for the 2nd time.
3rd and long here for Las Vegas. Dime package for the Steelers. O'Connell delivers it downfield, and he delivers it to the other team. Dante Jackson with the pick. Jackson tackled inside the 10. The wheels have come off for the Raiders.
2nd and a long 4. Jim spread it out. Highsmith came around the edge. Rodgers has hands intercepted. Pulled away. Beanie Bishop, the rookie, reels it in.
Could be 4 guys.
Yeah, it could be 3 guys, 1 hang. Here's Rodgers, back, sideline, slaying Wilson. Intercepted. He didn't catch it. Beanie Bishop did. Beanie's got 2. Beanie has almost 6. He's down to the 1-yard line.
2nd down and 9. Yeah, they give him a shoulder knife for sure. Look out! Ball's out! Steelers have it. Nick Herbig, who made a couple of very big plays last week, coming back from an injury, does it again. Good protection. Goes intercepted at the 21-yard line. They pick him off. Dante Jackson.
At the 40. Burrow. That pass high and intercepted. Dante Jackson. To a 3rd and 8. Yosivas motion man. Burrow knocked away. Steelers have done it again. Scooped up by Wilson, and he takes it in for the touchdown.
180. What's that? Line 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Trying to set up a screen, and it's intercepted. That is Benton, who comes away with the football. Jameis down the field and picked off. He is picked off by Pierre. James Pierre with the pick. 2nd interception of the day.
And you just felt like at some point it would break open for him.
Jackson. Oh, and it's intercepted. Minka Fitzpatrick has it. The All-Pro cutting back, looking for a home run. Oh, what a big play. Only the 4th pick of the year thrown by Jackson, and it couldn't come at a bigger time for the Steelers.
Quick throw, and that is in the air and picked off on the deflection.
And sometimes you got to run right at him.
They protect against Watt. Downfield shot for Kupp, and Jalen Ramsey steps in front of his former Rams teammate and takes it away for his first Pittsburgh pick. take it to Charbonnet. Hayward bringing heat. Tapped it into the air. Picked off by Pittsburgh. And it's Nick Herbig in his season debut with his first career interception. Pittsburgh ball inside the 25 of Seattle.
Patriots using more clock here. We are under 8 minutes to go. May to throw it. May waiting. In trouble. May.
Oh, he loses the ball! The fumbles continue! T.J. Watt pounces on it. Steelers take over.
That's an offensive line without the left guard Jackson, without the center Kelly, without the right tackle O'Neal, and then this is picked off. T.J. Watt. As electric of a big play guy as there is on defense in the NFL, makes another big play right there.
Jones loses the ball. It got knocked away by Watt. T.J. Watt doing what he does best.
That is 4 catches for 20 yards for Warren. Jones, ball gets knocked away. The ball was rolling around with 1 Steeler and 1 Colt in the area, and Pittsburgh has got it. Alex Highsmith with a hit.
Deflected passes as any in the NFL. 3rd and 9. Sample the block. It's intercepted. It's picked off by Duggar. He's got room to roam. There's a block on the play by Herbig. You can't kiss him goodbye. Touchdown. Pick 6. 27-12 with 3.5 to go. He'll go outside, and it's caught here by Fant, and quickly on him. Eccles, the ball jarred free, picked up Pierre. He'll take it in. It is a touchdown. A second turnover touchdown by the defense.
Here's Williams in the pocket. Williams trying to get out of the pocket. He won't. Loses the ball, and the Steelers jump on top of it. It's a touchdown, and it's T.J. Watt.
Allen's pass. It is intercepted. Jumping right in front and stealing it is Eccles. I believe he's going to be down. He was tangled up with the Bills receiver, so he was down on contact. But it's a takeaway. 3rd and 4. From the pocket.
Gotta use the legs, no spy.
Looks around, now just tosses it. Picked off. Did not have enough air under it. And James Pierre jumps up and brings it down.
Working on the shoes of Achane on the sideline, so Ollie Gordon is in the game. Tyreek Hill went down in week 4. Here is a shot for Waddle, underthrown and picked off by Asante Samuel.
First down with 5 minutes to go in the half. Pressure, tip, pick, Sawyer. Knocked down and saved by Jenkins. Taken to the line, buying time, heaving it, desperation throw. Not a good one. Not a good one at all. Intercepted by Duggar.
Lamar Jackson had it rejected, intercepted on the deflection. T.J. Watt.
118.
Extra offensive lineman in there. Fisher. Here's a little pitch back to Stroud. Looking to air it out. Ball's out. Recovered by Pittsburgh and Y.A. Black. Passed. Ball is down on the ground again. Stroud picks it up. Ball is out again. Watt's on it. And no signal yet. It belongs to Pittsburgh. Stroud in trouble, finds a place to go, and he's picked. Eccles has got it. Another turnover by this Texans offense.